Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist leaves behind. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So at the ending of the relationship, many times the narcissist will leave things behind in your house or where you were living together. And some of these things are meant to be left behind on purpose. I'll jump in there first. The narcissist wants to keep the door open just a crack, usually at the ending of a relationship, because they want to have you on hold, if you will. They want to be able to put you up on the shelf and take you back down whenever they want to. That is if you don't heal. Now you are healing because you're in the community. So my hope is you've already gone no contact, blocked these people and deleted them, etc., which is what I mention virtually in every video. But that is not what this video is about. It's about why the narcissist leaves things behind. They will leave things like clothes, like jewelry, like perfumes, like records, like things that would make you think about them. Now, some of these things the narcissist actually wants, but not as many things as you would think, because the narcissist, what they always want to do is they want to be able to breadcrumb from one relationship to another, to another, to another. And by leaving things in your house, and drop comments below if this resonates with you, what they did is they did a couple things. One, they had you looking at those items. Maybe it was a coffee mug you received on an anniversary, or a coffee mug you received on a milestone birthday, because that's all the narcissist got you. And if you know what I'm talking about, again, drop comments what you got on your birthdays. But what the narcissist did is they would leave things behind on purpose, because at a later date they would want to contact you if you didn't go no contact, and they would want to say, hey, can I swing by and pick up some of these items? And then what happens a lot of times is when you say, if you haven't gone no contact, say the relationship ended recently, what you would say is, sure, you can pick them up Tuesday at 2 o'clock after work or whatever it is. And then Tuesday comes and goes, they never showed up, and you ended up wasting your day. This is what the narcissist wants to do. Then you're left holding those items, looking at them, thinking about them. And then again, maybe the narcissist pops back up in a couple days or a week, or maybe never. And if they did pop back up, they'll say, oh yeah, I got flat tire, couldn't make it. How about this Saturday at 2? I'll be there, no problem. And again, what do? You agree. This is, again, before you know the narcissist is a narcissist, then you agree, and it's Saturday at 2, and now you're waiting for them. And again, it's 5:30, 7, 9. They're nowhere to be found, and you text them, and they're not responding to your text because they're getting supply from you waiting. You see, the narcissist wants to keep you waiting, and they're always watching you. And they're testing the temperature of that relationship. Even when it ends, they're still testing the temperature at times. That's what a hoover is. So that's one example of why the narcissist would leave some things behind at your house. Another reason would be, let's say they are pictures of perhaps even your wedding day. So let's say the narcissist did discard you and they took almost everything out of your house, but they left the wedding pictures hanging on the wall on the staircase going upstairs. Why would they do that? To let you know that that whole marriage was a sham. It was a fraud. And to have you, when you did not know what narcissism was, to have you going up and down the stairs looking at those pictures and perhaps crying, being emotional, staying stuck back on that wedding day and looking at all the people that were celebrating your wedding when you had to look at those pictures. But now you were in an empty house. It was filled with the echoes of what once was. Everything was taken from your house, but those pictures were still there because the narcissist methodically left them behind to keep you stuck, to keep you trapped. And every time you would go up and down those stairs, you would look at those pictures and it would really break your heart and it would really do damage to you. And then one day you realized, oh my gosh, you figured out when you found the needle in a haystack that you were in a narcissistic abusive marriage. Then you realized, oh my gosh, they were left behind on purpose. They were left to twist the knife into me. So even when the narcissist wasn't in your house, if you still had those wedding pictures and you looked at them, you were staying stuck. Now that was a real life example. And the narcissist knew exactly what they were doing. That's why the narcissist knows exactly what they're always doing. They're calculated. Now, many of the examples I give you on the channel are real life examples. And they are very instrumental to let you know that if you resonate with any of what I'm sharing with you, you really need to understand that you certainly were in a toxic relationship and you need to heal from the relationship. That is exactly what I have done. That is what you need to do. But the narcissist will leave things behind. They will leave many things behind that you gifted them, that you gave to them if they don't have a financial value, meaning anything that was special to you. Say you went on a holiday or vacation or a trip when you bought the narcissist something. Well, many times they'll leave those things behind because Again, they want to show you how little they care about you and how little they cared about that vacation and how little they cared about the item. Anything that the narcissist leaves behind, virtually anything, it's left behind for a reason. It's left behind because they want to continue to punish you for being you. They want to have you think of the past. They want to keep you stuck. They want you pining for them, and they don't want you to heal. Now, I bounced around a bunch there, but I want to share another thing. There will be times when the narcissist will not leave something behind on purpose, and they will forget to take something. And the reason why that is because the narcissist probably was in a rush when they were discarding you, and they went in there and grabbed whatever they could, or maybe they discarded you when you weren't even home and you came home to an empty house, but still they left something behind. There are times they leave things behind of value. Example, passports, or very important documents, or credit cards. Not a credit card, they will take that. Important documents, things like that. And they will forget those. They legitimately will. And then they will again say at a later date, hey, can I get back to the house? I need to grab this, this, and this. Well, if you haven't gone no contact, or you haven't figured out they're a narcissist, most likely you're going to let them back in the house, and you're going to pour your heart out to them and let them know how much you care about them and how much you mean to them, etc. This is what the narcissist wants. The narcissist wants to feel superior to you. They want you to feel inferior to them. They want to control your emotions. They want you pining for them. They want you letting you know how much they mean to you. This is all before you got the wisdom. It's all before you understood that the narcissist was just that, a narcissist. Now, there are so many things that the narcissist will leave behind. Another one example, let's say that the cars. They could leave certain things like a rescue box behind, or tires, or the manual, or a key or something. Keys are a classic. Anything they can do to stay tethered to you, they will do that. Again, there are three different examples there. The things the narcissist leaves behind on purpose, things that they left behind not on purpose that they really need, and things that they left in a strategic place to have you stuck pining for them. Example, those pictures on the staircase walking up or down the stairs. This is what happens. That's why once you identify who you were in the relationship with, when you have the ability to do this, I strongly suggest you box up anything that the narcissist left behind, put it in the basement, put it in the attic, do what you want to do. If there's anything in there that is still triggering you or upsetting you, I would strongly suggest to box it up and get it out of your eyesight, get it out of the areas of the house where you spend the most time, because that will keep you stuck, I can assure you. And you never know when you're going to get triggered. People get triggered by perfumes, by songs, by clothes, by foods. People can get triggered by anything, and the narcissist knows this. Now, flip it. Can the narcissist get triggered? Absolutely not. What they can do is they can be living their life with the new supply or other sources of supply, and then you will cross their mind. And you may say, well, what, doesn't that trigger them? No, it doesn't trigger them at all. They can't get triggered. What they want to do is keep people triggered and keep people stuck and trapped. If you cross their mind, it's for one of a few reasons. Somebody dropped your name, or two, they saw you on social, or something reminded them of you. And what they said back then, when you were reminded of them, or when they were reminded of you, what they said was, wait, oh, I remember that person. Wow, I wonder if they've healed. I wonder if they've learned. I wonder if they've figured out who I am yet. That's what a hoover would be, if they wanted to try and enter the relationship back with you. Now, all of these things I'm mentioning, there is a reason behind each and every one of them. When the narcissist leaves things behind in your house that they don't really care about, many times they're not going, and they tell you that they want to get the items, they're not going back there to get the items. You may think, well, why would they go back there? They're going back to see if you have healed, to see if you have figured out who they are, to see if you have seen behind the mask, to see if you will utilize gray rock and not fall for the tactics anymore and not believe in all the nonsense that they throw at you. You see, if you haven't healed properly, you are susceptible to going back into that relationship. And many times people go into the relationship over and over and over again until they get the wisdom, until they find that needle in a haystack, and they type into Google or YouTube something like this, like spouse won't talk to me, or rage fits, or screaming. And the next thing you know, they will go down that rabbit hole of education and exploration, and they will land on narcissism, and here we go. But the narcissist, with the items that they didn't ever want, they left them behind to show you how little they didn't want them, but they always want to leave that door open a crack to have the ability to come back, not to get the item, because the new supply can buy the item for them easily. It's to see how you're doing and to see if you've broken the code and cracked the code yet. That's why they do what they do. So remember, the cycle will continue to go around and around and around. And the one constant in the narcissistic abusive cycle, it's the narcissist, it's not you. You were in a relationship with them for a period of time, and for the length of that relationship, you were in the devaluation stage and you did not know what was going on. You were trying to work for the narcissist and work for the relationship to get to that, back to that euphoric / love bomb stage. And every now and again, you would achieve that goal. You would get a day, maybe a couple days, maybe a weekend of fake love, fake kindness, fake empathy. And the narcissist knew when to turn on the fakeness to you. And then they also knew right when you got too comfortable, they would lay on that gas pedal of abuse. That's what they do. That's why the cycle goes: love bomb / euphoric stage, devaluation stage, discard or ending of the relationship, and at times a hoover. Wash, rinse, repeat, or rinse, wash, repeat, whatever that expression is. But why the narcissist leaves things behind? They leave things behind, and the things that the narcissist leaves behind, they leave things behind on purpose and to do damage to you. And sometimes they legitimately forget things. But what is left behind in the relationship for you, the person healing, is all the memories, all the holidays, all the birthdays that were imploded or exploded, all the rage fits you experienced, all the gaslighting, all the silent treatment, the days, the weeks, the months of the silent treatment, the stonewalling, the triangulation with people on airplanes, people at restaurants, your own family members probably at times, with all of the smear campaign that you had to endure. You see, all of these memories and all these things, you will have to process these when you're on the healing path, because this is the relationship you need to heal from. You can't just wave a magic wand or take a magic pill and instantly you're healed. It doesn't work that way. The ending of any relationship is not a pleasant experience, usually. The ending of a narcissistic relationship ends with the thought of crash and bang, and it is something that you really need to insulate yourself from and slow your life down and process all of the abuse, because that's what it was. It was abuse. Most people can't wrap their head around what narcissism is, because either A, they are a narcissist and they want to not admit it, or some do admit it, or B, they haven't been in a relationship like that, and they just believe that the relationships they've been in have been average everyday relationships. And then there are people like you, who you were in a or maybe multiple relationships with the narcissist and you were taken down for the count almost, but you weren't. You're still here, and you are now understanding that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, and that you have to rise through the ashes like a phoenix and enter the third version of you. That's what you do. That's what we do. We are fighters. We are committed. We are stronger than ever. We are galvanized. We are entering the third version of ourselves. Having said all of these things, the narcissist did not want you to make it. They didn't want you to succeed. They didn't want you to figure out who they are and or were. They didn't ever believe that you would see behind the mask, and they certainly didn't think you would break the trauma bond. And that's why many times the narcissist wants to leave the door open, not only with items, but many times they will try to hoover you and say something like this: "Oh, remember that?" Or if you didn't go no contact, they could say things like, "Oh, Christmas is coming up," or whatever holiday, and I was wondering if you just want to get together and talk and things like that. They will approach you from a decency of a being of humanity for a moment. And again, I know it's not Christmas or the holidays, but what I'm sharing with you is if you don't go no contact, you're always susceptible to a hoover. But the narcissist will come at you from any angle possible. And why that is because they believe you are not strong enough to break the trauma bond. And again, if you didn't go no contact and block them, you are susceptible to a hoover. And you may be in a moment of weakness. You may be susceptible to accepting it. Don't accept a hoover. It will never benefit you. All of the things that I mentioned on this video and in the channel and in the community are to benefit you, to insulate you and protect you, and to understand that the things that the narcissist left behind, they left behind a lot of things. They left behind tangible assets and items, meaning clothes and books and things like that. They left behind probably you with financial abuse. They probably left you on the mortgage or the lease and you had to clean up financial assets or credit card debt and things like that. They left behind the memories of what once was. They left behind the mask that they wore when they were with you. That's a big pill to swallow, but it's real. Again, if you were discarded, think about when the mask slipped for the narcissist. They ripped it off and they smashed it to the ground, and they showed you how little they cared about you, and they probably just went off to the new supply. Now, again, I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm letting you know what happens. When they left that mask there on the ground at your doorstep, that was not a good feeling. But you had one of two options. One, figure out who they were and what just happened, and you did because you're here. Or two, not make it. And that's what many people do. They don't make it. When I say don't make it, there are multiple layers to that, but I'll just mention one. Don't make it means they stay stuck in the trauma bond because they didn't get that needle in a haystack. They didn't figure it out. But that's not you. You did figure it out, and you're here, and you're getting stronger, and you're learning, growing, teaching if you can. You're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And you are now way high up on that mountaintop of indifference, or you are approaching the pinnacle, the mountaintop of indifference, where you no longer care about the narcissist or anybody from that period of time. You see, your life has taken a turn for the better post-relationship. It may not seem like it right now, but in time, in your time, you will see it that way. Not that getting discarded was what you wanted, because you didn't. I certainly didn't want it. But what I'm saying is, when you've healed and you've really slowed your life down and you've weeded out people that didn't serve you, and you understood what flying monkeys are in the smear campaign and triangulation and everything, and that in fact, yes, the narcissist did leave pictures of the wedding on the staircase, going up and down the stairs to drive the knife home and to twist it more and more. When you understand things like this, you understand exactly how hollow, how shallow, how demonic, and how debilitated the narcissist actually is. What they want to do is take you down in that little vibrational quagmire state with where they were, or sorry, where they are, and they don't want you to escape. That's why they do what they do. That's why they continue to hoover people. That's why they continue to come at people left, right, and center using different approaches. That's why they will say anything under the sun to keep you thinking, wow, did I do enough? Should I have done more? Are they really that bad? Could I go back? No, 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 no. These people are toxic. Again, I've mentioned this twice in the video. I'll do it the third time. This is the relationship you need to heal from. You need to run for the hills and get as far away from these people as possible. If not now, when? Understand that the narcissist left things behind on purpose. Most of them were to keep you stuck. Most of them were to have you believe that you just lost the best thing in your life. And the truth of the matter is, and I do mean this with everything in me, you did not lose the best thing in your life. You just began to heal, and you found the best thing in your life, which is you. It is not another human being. It never was. But you believed in the mask way back then, and you believed that you couldn't live without that person, the narcissist. That's where they wanted you. That's what they wanted you thinking. Once the narcissist did whatever they did, whether you ended it or they ended it, they lost the best thing that has ever happened to them, which is you, and it was you back then. The difference is you've healed, you've introspected, and you've grown, and you are a totally different person than you were back then. The narcissist is still the same low vibrational person trapped in that low vibrational quagmire state. They can't grow. They can't thrive without a fuel source. So understand what I'm sharing with you. Yes, did the narcissist do the right thing when they were in the relationship with you? No, not even for a second. Did they know what they were doing? Yes, they did. Did they try to really keep you trapped and stuck when they discarded you? Absolutely. Are you healing now? Yes, you are. Have you reached the pinnacle of indifference? That's up for you to decide. But continue to understand that you are the priority. You are the most important person on the planet. If no one's told you that ever, I am telling you that right now, and I believe in you more than anybody on the planet believes in you. One more time, I broke the trauma bond. I did it during a very challenging period of time on this planet. If I did it, you can do it. Continue to focus on yourself. Continue to know that the narcissist, if they did leave things behind, they're on purpose to keep that door open a crack. You need to close that door. You need to lock it, deadbolt it, and make sure that you go no contact with these people. Because one more minute in a relationship with these people, or one more hoover, if you haven't blocked them, is is not where you want to be. I'll put it like that. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. Remember, I know I've said it a lot. The narcissist leaves things behind for so many reasons. Many of them are to keep you trapped. Many of them are to keep you stuck. Many of them are to keep you thinking about them. Some of them are legitimately, they left them behind. But most of them, they actually don't care about. And they just want to have a reason to go back and to test the temperature of you and to see if you've healed and figured them out yet. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Bye.